Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another segment of Talk Topic City. I'm Eric. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me and tuning in. Last time I spoke on a video, we were going over my favorite anime and video game characters, of why they mean so much to me, and why I like them and what makes them really cool and unique, and why I feel like they left an impact. And we went over part one, and now we're going to continue and start with part two. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first character on my list in the second part is Yugi slash Tatum from season one. And what can I say? I loved season one of Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it's an absolute classic. The speeches, the moments, the story, and of course, the skills, his skills as a duelist. Oftentimes, when he delivers like speeches and pep talks, and his speeches that he delivered to his opponents when he's making a comeback, it just delivers chills, and I really like it. One of my favorite moments that Yugi has done throughout, the whole series, it's from season one, the first episode. It was when he was facing Kaiba for the first time, and he had defeated him. But prior to that, Yugi was running against the ropes. Kaiba had him right where he wanted him, so to speak. But then, as we all know, after Kaiba had three blue eyes white dragons, Yugi was able to assemble all the pieces to summon Exodia. And he's like, and now I'll play the unstoppable Exodia. So that was one of my favorite moments. And of course, when Yugi transforms into Tatum into the Millennium Puzzle, and he becomes this ancient spirit, I think that's just so cool. And it's a great, concept. And I always thought, and I think many of us would think too, if we had that ability, right? And if we transform into a different version of ourselves, what will we look like? What would our personality be? What would our style be? And I just think it was such a unique concept, and I think Yugi is such a great character. He has flaws like everybody else does, but the whole concept in itself is really amazing, and I really love Yu-Gi-Oh. I didn't really watch all the other seasons. I remember Battle City, and then I forgot which season it was, but it was when Yugi and they had the seal of Orichalcos, and the loser of the duel will get their soul taken. I don't remember which season that was, but back to the main point at hand. I have to say Yugi is one of my favorite characters, and I had to put him in my list. And then we have my next set of characters. Well, you can say that they're intertwined. They're related to each other. It's from Mass Effect. I have to say Commander Shepard, male version of Commander Shepard, and a female version of Commander Shepard. I'm a big fan of the Mass Effect trilogy, the game, the franchise. I played it multiple times. It's one of my all-time favorite games ever, and I had to put Commander Shepard on my list. And of course, we all know the famous line of Shepard, "I should go." And I played both as female and male Shepard. My male Shepherd, he's very, compassionate. He's very team oriented. He cares about everyone. He wants to make sure everyone's okay, that they're on the same page, and that everyone is focused. And he's very like family oriented. That's how I made him. There's Paragon and Renegade. Paragon is like your compassionate. Renegade is, you're willing to cross the line. You're willing to get your hands dirty and make tough decisions. So my male shepherd is the complete opposite of my female shepherd. My female shepherd, she's ruthless. She's a block of ice. She'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. She's willing to get her hands dirty, and she shows no favoritism, no weaknesses. Once in a while, I'll have her like show like compassion, but I don't do that very often. But regardless, I just think it's just really cool to see how you can like navigate your shepherd. You can have him be compassionate, or you can have him be ruthless, and I just think that's really cool. And that's how I made my shepherd. And I think the biggest difference is that I've noticed playing Mass Effect numerous times with female shepherd. She has a little more she's more authoritative in her voice, like the tone of her voice on certain parts of the game and certain lines when she wants revenge or when she's angry. you can just hear more emotion out of her voice. With male Shepherd, you can hear it, but it's not as impactful as female Shepherd. Um, and I have to say, I really enjoy playing as female Shepherd. I think, female Shepherd, she's ruthless. She's awesome. She's like the ultimate soldier, I feel, in my opinion. Um, and that's someone you want on the battlefield. Same with male Shepherd. I just think female Shepherd, she's more, um, she carries more of a toughness aura because of how like ruthless she can be. Her voice, the emotion that she pours into certain lines of choices that you make in the game. So yeah, I had to put male shepherd and female shepherd into my favorite characters. I mean, how can you not? And of course, I should go. um, so my next character that I really enjoy and I had to add to this list, of course, another character from Mass Effect is Jack. I really like Jack. I think Jack is awesome. She has a lot of trauma, turmoil. She's rough on the outside, right? Like she doesn't care about people and she'll push people away, but in the inside, um, she just doesn't want to be hurt and she's protecting herself after everything she's been through. She was used for experiments. She was like a guinea pig. They had put her in prison, Cerberus. They treated her horrible. And she was a slave basically, and they would use her in experiments and put her in fights against other kids. It was awful. With Jack, she has that rough exterior about her, but the difference is like if she cares about you, she will care about you deeply. She'll be with you no matter what. She's loyal. She's the person that will be with you. She's like a ride or die type of person. Um, and I think Jack is great. She's strong. She's resilient. And I really like her. She's intense, but also sincere. She calls it like she sees it, and she doesn't sugarcoat anything. And I think once you get Jack to let her guard down, you'll start to see more of like a sensitive side towards you as the player. And Jack is just really cool, and I have to say, Jack is she's great. She's awesome. Another favorite character of mine is Garrus. What more can you say? How can you not add Garrus to your favorite list of characters, especially from the Mass Effect series? Garrus is a fan favorite in my opinion. He's awesome. He's under control. And he has a wicked sense of humor. Garrus is the OG. He's one of your best friends, and he'll be with you no matter what, whether you're a Paragon or Renegade. He'll stand by you, and we need those type of people in our lives. And yeah, there's nothing more need to be said. Garrus is probably, in my opinion, the goat of Mass Effect, besides Shepard, of course, but Garrus is right there. And then we have Joker from Mass Effect as well. Um, Joker is really cool. He has a lot of like physical disabilities, as he explained in the first game. I don't remember what it was exactly because it's been a while since I played Mass Effect One. I'm on Mass Effect Two right now, but it was something about like his bones and like he shatters his bones every time he walks, things like that. But that doesn't take away from his greatness, his wicked sense of humor. Like Garrus, he likes to do a lot of puns. He likes to like do jokes. But more than anything else, he is the best pilot throughout the galaxy. There's no pilot that you want to have on your side besides the Joker. He can get you in pretty bad situations. He's the master when it comes to steering that ship. There's no one like him, and Joker is a crucial part to the Mass Effect series. And it wouldn't be the same without Joker. As the same can be said, it wouldn't be the same without Garrus. Joker is one of the most important characters for his humor alone, but also the moments that he has throughout the game and how he can like get you out of any situation when he's on that ship and he's steering, he's under control. There's no one like him. He's the best pilot throughout the whole galaxy. Moving on. So as a kid, I'm pretty sure like many of you guys, I used to like to watch Digimon, and I have obviously a few characters on Digimon that I really liked, that I was drawn to, and of course they had to make my list. So the first character from Digimon I have to say is Tai. Tai is from season one, of course, as you guys know. You have Tai, you have Mimi, you have Joe, you have Matt, TK, Kari, Sora. But Tai, to me, he's one of the most like complex characters, but he's also interesting. Tai is intense. He's the leader of the season one of Digimon Destin. Tai, he's willing to make the tough decisions. He pushes his teammates hard, and sometimes they feel like they don't agree. Especially Matt. I forgot about him. I'm not a big fan of Matt. I'm like, ugh, Matt. I'm not a big fan. But back to Tai. Tai displays a lot of courage. He's he's the person that holds the group together. He gives them like toughness. He gives them a backbone. Tai represents courage, and he lives up to that. I remember an episode where I don't remember which episode it was, but Tai ends up getting warped back into the real world with Agumon. And then when Tai came back, the group was not together anymore. They started to go their separate ways. They weren't agreeing. And when he came back, when they were all together again, Joe says, "You're the leader. You hold us together." So that right there shows how important Tai is. He may be brash, he may be cocky, he may be ruthless at times, but sometimes that's what's needed within the group. Someone has to make the tough decisions, and that's Tai. Moving on, this is from season two. Davis. I think Davis is underrated as a leader. I think early on, he was really immature. He was crushing on Kari. He was upset because he felt like TK was trying to make a play at Kari. But, I'm not going to focus too much on that. The only thing I'll say is that Davis was very immature. He didn't seem like a leader at times. It didn't seem like he had qualified as a leader. But as the show went on, you started to see him grow as a leader, his maturity. Um, he had many impactful moments. A couple in particular. One is like when the Digimon Emperor Ken, when he was a bad guy, he was horrible then, but now he's a part of the Digidestin. Davis was the only one that was willing to give him a second chance, and there was a speech that he had said to Ken. Ken was going back to his past, his bad memories. They needed Ken to open up a dark gate to send like the Digimon who was appearing in the real world back to the Digi world. And Ken had a lot of regret, a lot of pain in his face. And then Davis gave him a speech. He's like, "Let go of the past, Ken. You're not that person anymore. You've grown. You didn't realize that you were hurting these Digimon, but you have to let go in order to move on. You're not that person anymore." And to me, that just shows the growth and the maturity of Davis. That was an amazing speech that he displayed there. Even Kari was impressed. She's like, "Wow, I never heard Davis make this much sense before." Um, and then another moment was when I think it was on the last episode or second to last, where they were facing Mighty. I can't pronounce his name. Mighty Myotismon. Forgive me if I mispronounce it. He put them in a trance under a spell. It was a mirage, a fantasy world, and everybody fell for it. But Davis was the only one that saw right through it. And that's just another example of Davis, growing as a leader, his importance, his maturity. And then another moment that I really liked was when they needed Ken's help. None of the other Digidestin wanted Ken there, but Davis is like, "We need his help, and we just had this discussion. It's over. Like it or not, we need his help." And that right there displayed leadership of Davis as well. Like he wasn't putting crap with anybody. He understood the importance of the mission, and they needed Ken's help. So to me, Davis doesn't get enough credit as a leader. I think he's underrated. He was very immature to start off, but he really grew and became a strong leader as the series progressed. And I think Davis is awesome. More Digimon characters. This is from season four of Digimon, and I think it was like one of my favorite seasons. I know a lot of people had mixed feelings about it, but Takuya, he's another leader of the Digidestin, and as Davis, I think Takuya was like very immature to start. I think he was just overwhelmed with everything that's going on. But he showed real growth. He showed determination. A favorite moment of mine is when it was Koji and his brother had appeared. He was Duskmon, and Koji realized like, hey, we need to fall back. This is dangerous. And Takuya was like, he was just acting. He wasn't thinking. And Koji's like, you're putting everyone at risk. Are you willing to do this because you need to go home right now? Um, they went through with Takuya's plan, but it didn't work. Koji got seriously hurt, and then Takuya had like a moment like, I don't belong here. I put everyone else at danger. I was selfish, and the rest is up to you guys. I don't belong in this Digiworld anymore. Um, Long story short, Takuya had a second chance to go back to the Digiworld, and he learned about himself. He saw that the errors of his ways, and he gained a new perspective. It's not just about me. It's about not only my teammates and their safety, but it's about learning what it means to be a Digimon, the responsibility of being a Digidestin. When he came back, he really like took everything under perspective. He was more under control. It was when I forgot the I don't remember. It was Renamon, and then the guy who has like a mirror. I don't remember his name, but he was a Digimon too. And they captured JP. They captured Tommy, Zoe, and I forgot his name. Lobomon. Koji. Yeah, I'm sorry, blanked out there for a minute. But Koji was the only one who wasn't captured, and he was trying to free the others. And before Takuya jumped in, he waited for the right moment. He's like waiting for the time is right. I can't rush in and put everyone else in danger. And he did a pep talk to himself. He's like, I understand what it means to be a Digimon, the responsibilities, the challenges, that this world is depending on me and all of us to protect it. And right there showed true growth and maturity. And of course, I love when he digivolves into a Gunimon because, he becomes like a badass basically because a Gunimon reminds him of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The long blonde hair, the blue eyes, his aura, his attitude. Um, he's just really cool, and I loved Agunimon's character design. It's awesome. So yeah, I had to add Takuya to this list. I don't think he gets enough credit. I think I like him a little bit better than Davis, but Davis to me, he had really true character development. But Takuya definitely belongs on my favorite list of characters. And then we have Koji. I think Koji is really cool. He becomes Lobomon, and if you guys don't remember, Lobomon is from season 4 of Digimon, and he has like these two like lightsabers when he digivolves into when he becomes Lobomon, and it's just really cool. The character design, everything. Um, Koji, he's a complex character. He pushes everyone away at first, and then his dad got remarried. He lost his mom, and so he never accepted his stepmother at first. There was a lot going on with him, and obviously things with his brother that weighed heavy on him as well. Um, but eventually Koji becomes part of the team. He starts to work with them instead of like being selfish, brash, and cocky. He started to work with them because he understood that it takes all of us to save this digital world. And of course, Lobomon. I keep saying that, but I just think it's an awesome design. Him and Takuya's, when they digivolve into Digimon, I just love their character design when they become Digimon. And it was awesome. Um, so yeah, that will conclude this list of my favorite video game characters and anime characters. And let me know, what do you guys think of this list? Is there any characters that you guys would take out from my list, or what are your guys' favorite characters and anime characters and video game characters? I love to hear your guys' thoughts and input on that. And thank you so much for listening. I'm Eric from Talk Topic City. Until next time.